Can someone check on the Deranger boycott brigade? Because after all the dramatic countdowns, the angry posts, and the non-stop declaration that Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, was finished, MasterChef Australia just served them a plate of humble pie. More than 1.16 million people tuned in. It became one of the biggest episodes of the season. It delivered the show's biggest Sunday audience in years, and its highest overnight streaming audience ever. Yikes. Imagine organizing boycotts and manufacturing online outrage, only to help create one of the biggest television moments of the season. At this point, the Derangers have become Meghan's most reliable, unpaid marketing team. They spend days insisting nobody cares, then remind the entire internet exactly where and when to tune in. Thank you for your service. Meanwhile, the people who actually met Meghan had nothing but positive things to say. The judges described her as warm and gracious. Contestants were excited to meet her, and when she was asked whether she preferred Duchess or Meghan, she smiled and said, "Call me Meghan." While the outrage machine was busy spinning another narrative, the audience was busy watching the actual show. Here's the reality. Outside of their own little echo chamber, hardly anyone is buying the manufactured outrage anymore. The endless rage posts, boycott campaigns, and recycled tabloid talking points keep getting louder, but the audience keeps making up its own mind. So how much longer are they going to keep insisting Meghan is irrelevant when the ratings keep proving otherwise? At some point, you have to stop arguing with strangers on social media and start paying attention to the scoreboard. The viewers showed up, the streaming numbers showed up, the success showed up. That's the only opinion that actually matters to the networks. At what point do the haters accept that the manufactured outrage, the tabloid narratives, and the non-stop attacks are mostly just echoing around their own little mean girl club, while everyone else is simply just watching the show? And that's the reason.
The level of their jealousy and unhinged behaviour of accounts like this and people like this. Then this is page 6. Prince Harry makes cringe phone call to Meghan Markle as she guest judges on MasterChef Australia. Well, firstly, it's actually Meghan Sussex. It's actually a cute moment. The contestants were so happy and excited that Prince Harry himself had called in to wish them luck. It's a nice thing. Now let's turn it around and use your energy. If Kate Middleton was on some program that was close to her heart, something about, actually I don't know, and Prince William calls in and everyone's so excited, would you call that cringe, or would you say, oh my god, it's amazing, oh my god, Prince William? So why not have the same energy for these two? Why is your energy so diabolical when it comes to Harry and Meghan? It's just really weird, and I don't know, are you jealous?
The numbers never lie. Men lie, women lie, the numbers don't lie. Oh. Okay, this is why sometimes I don't even bother. Because for years, we have been telling you that, listen, nobody has these numbers. Nobody can do what the most influential royal woman in the world can do. Everything she touches, everything, and I mean everything. Look, we can go back and forth, and we continue to go back and forth with the ones who don't understand the numbers. She just has to appear somewhere, wear something, do something, and she breaks the internet each and every time. I mean, who here still doesn't understand the power of Meghan the Sussex? Who? Because I'll keep bringing it to you, and I always love it when she proves them wrong. At this point, there's no point in you people trying to participate in this thing, because each and every time, everything you say, she goes and does the opposite. So they were on about, oh, nobody's gonna watch, and that's my favorite bit, because us, her people, I've not even watched it. I'm on the other side of the world. Yet the ratings for this thing have, what did they say? It's shattered the records. So a lot of the people, and the same for, with love, Meghan, half of us haven't even, the real supporters, we haven't even finished watching the series, but it's the hate watchers that make it always a success, because you can't get enough. You can't get enough, and you keep making her win. And again, in this digital world that we live in, it's about numbers. Why don't you haters understand? I can't. Oh, it gets so exhausting trying to explain the numbers to people. All this thing ever wants is your attention and your eyeballs. Whether you like it or you don't like it, it doesn't matter, so long as it's gotten your attention. So the more you people continue to watch, the more you're going to shatter the numbers, because the numbers are what matter. And this woman has the numbers. She's got the good numbers, she's got the bad numbers, she just has the numbers. It doesn't matter. And I'm so proud of her, because you know what? She defies everything, and she's our girl. So, all I've got to say to you is just keep watching, because everything she does is a success. Meghan, the success Sussex. I love it. I just love it. Meghan, keep going. Keep shattering, keep breaking records, keep smashing it, keep disrupting. Disrupt it so bad that they just have to sit down and shut up once and for all, because, girl, you inspire us and we love you. We love you, Meghan, the success Sussex. My girl. Next, what's next? What's next? What else? What other record can you break? Because you sell everything out. And I love this. MasterChef broke all the records. Keep doing what you do, girl, because no one else can do what you do. Only Meghan can do what she does. None of the other royal women, you don't even hold a freaking little birthday candle next to her. Argue with yourselves. Numbers. If you can understand the numbers, you understand the game. Meghan wins the game every time. Period. Well done, Meghan Sussex. Well done, girl.
Happy Thursday, Squadgies. Well, that didn't go the way the critics planned, did it? Before Meghan even walked into the MasterChef kitchen, some people had already written the ending. They were saying, nobody's going to watch, the ratings are finished, this is going to be a disaster. They sounded so confident, you'd think they'd already seen the future. Then the episode actually aired, and reality walked into the room like, excuse me, let me fix this. People tuned in, the ratings were strong. Suddenly, all that loud talk started looking a little shaky. That's why I keep saying this, Squaddies. Don't confuse a noisy comment section with the whole world. The internet can trick you. You scroll for 10 minutes and it feels like everybody's angry. Then you step outside and folks are just buying groceries, taking their kids to school, arguing over what to cook for dinner, and trying to remember where they left their car keys. That's real life. Most people aren't sitting on social media 24 hours a day planning the next hashtag. They're trying to survive Monday. They get home, kick off their shoes, grab a snack, switch on MasterChef, and enjoy watching people cook. That's it. No online war, no dramatic speeches, just dinner and television. And here's the funny part. The same people who swore nobody would watch probably know exactly what happened in the episode. Isn't that something? They say they aren't interested, but somehow they know every detail. That's like saying you hate pineapple pizza while asking for a second slice. Make it make sense. Here's the lesson. The loudest voices aren't always the biggest crowd. Sometimes it's just the same few people shouting into the same corner of the internet while millions of others quietly make their own choices. That's what happened here. Viewers didn't ask social media for permission. They watched the episode, formed their own opinions, and moved on with their day. Imagine that. People thinking for themselves. What a revolutionary idea. And that's why those ratings matter. Predictions are easy. Reality is much harder to argue with. So the next time somebody tells you they already know exactly what's going to happen before something even begins, maybe save that prediction until after the results come in. Because as this MasterChef episode proved, talking loud and being right are two completely different things. Squaddies, let me tell you something that people forget every single day. The internet is loud, but loud doesn't always mean large. You open your phone and it feels like the whole world is arguing. One hashtag is trending, somebody's cancelled, somebody else is finished. Everybody's typing in all caps like their keyboard owes them money. Then you look outside. Your neighbour is watering the flowers, somebody's walking the dog, kids are riding their bikes, someone's trying to figure out what's for dinner because the chicken is still in the freezer. Life is moving on. That's the real world. While social media was busy debating Meghan's MasterChef appearance, millions of people were probably doing what normal people do. They got home from work, threw their bags on the couch, grabbed a plate of food, switched on MasterChef and watched people cook. No big speech, no online war, just, ooh, that steak looks good. That's how most people consume television. Here's what always makes me laugh. Some folks think if a hashtag is trending, then everybody on Earth must agree with it. Since when did Twitter become the mayor of the planet? Last time I checked, your grandma isn't sitting there posting 25 times about MasterChef. She's watching the show and wondering why somebody burned the dessert. That's the difference. The people making the most noise online are often a tiny group compared to the millions who never post anything. Most viewers don't announce every opinion. They don't start campaigns. They don't spend the whole evening arguing with strangers they've never met. They've got bills to pay, kids to feed, alarm set for tomorrow morning. They've got real life to deal with. And honestly, that's why I never panic over online drama. The internet has a funny habit of making everything seem bigger than it really is. You think the sky was falling, then you check the ratings and people clearly watch the show anyway. That's because regular people like making up their own minds. They don't need somebody with a profile picture and a ring light telling them what they're supposed to enjoy. They'll watch the episode, decide for themselves, and if they like it, they'll keep watching. If they don't, they'll grab the remote and change the channel. Simple. So whenever someone says everybody thinks this, I always ask one question. Everybody or just the people shouting the loudest? Because those are two very different crowds. And this MasterChef episode was another reminder that the quiet majority doesn't spend all day trying to win arguments online. They're too busy living their lives. Turns out the real world doesn't always follow the script written on social media. And honestly, that's probably a good thing. You know what's actually wild about this whole thing, Squaddies? People keep saying Harry and Meghan are irrelevant, but then they spend the whole week talking about them. I'm sorry, which one is it? Because if somebody doesn't matter, you don't clear your schedule to discuss every move they make. You don't write headline after headline. You don't fill TV panels. You don't flood social media every time they breathe. That's not how irrelevance works. Look at what just happened. Meghan pops up on MasterChef Australia for one appearance, and boom, the internet is buzzing. News outlets jump on it, social media goes into detective mode, everybody suddenly becomes a food critic, a TV expert, and a royal commentator all at the same time. It's almost impressive. Here's what really stands out to me. Harry and Meghan left royal duties years ago. According to the critics, they were supposed to disappear. Remember those predictions? They'll be back in 6 months. Hollywood won't want them. Nobody will care. We've heard it all. Fast forward to today, they're still making headlines without standing on a palace balcony. They're still launching projects, they're still getting invited onto major platforms, and people are still clicking, watching, debating, and talking. That doesn't happen by luck. Think about regular life for a second. If you leave a company and 5 years later they're still talking about you every Monday morning, chances are you left a pretty big impression. Nobody keeps discussing the guy they forgot existed. They talk about the one they can't stop thinking about. That's exactly what we're seeing here. Harry and Meghan built a life where they choose their own projects. No palace timetable, no royal rota telling them where to stand or what ribbon to cut. They decide what matters to them, whether it's documentaries, charities, television, or business. That's freedom. And honestly, I think that's what catches people's attention. They've shown that walking away from one chapter doesn't mean your story is over. Sometimes it's the beginning of a completely different one. Now, does everyone agree with everything they do? Of course not. That's life. Nobody gets 100% approval. If they did, we'd all be eating pineapple on pizza without arguing, and we know that's never happening. But here's the part nobody can deny. People keep watching. Every appearance starts another conversation. Every project gets attention. Every move has people talking. So when someone says Harry and Meghan can't make an impact without the palace, I can't help but laugh a little, because the evidence keeps saying otherwise. They walked away from royal life, built something on their own terms, and years later they're still commanding attention across the world. For a couple who were supposedly finished, they sure do keep giving people something to talk about. Squaddies, have you ever noticed how some people don't even wait for the facts anymore? The headline drops, 5 seconds later somebody's already posting, "I knew it." Knew what? You haven't even read the article. Slow down. At least let your Wi-Fi finish loading before you become an expert. That's exactly what happened with this MasterChef story. Before the episode even aired, some folks had already decided it was going to flop. Case closed. End of discussion. Then the ratings came in, and suddenly it was like, okay, forget the ratings, let's find another story. Really? It's like predicting your favourite football team is going to lose 5-0. They end up winning, then you start saying, yeah, but I didn't like the grass on the pitch. Come on now. Sometimes you've just got to admit your prediction didn't land. And that's the problem with the internet these days. Some people aren't chasing the truth, they're chasing the next headline. One rumour doesn't stick? No problem, here's another one. That one falls apart? Don't worry, we've got a fresh headline ready before you've finished your morning coffee. It's like watching somebody throw spaghetti at the wall just to see what sticks. Now don't get me wrong, if there's real evidence behind a story, then fair enough, let's talk about it, let's look at the facts. But if we're just passing around someone said, and I heard, and people are claiming, hold on a second, where's the proof? That's not a crazy question, that's a normal question. Regular people ask that every day. If somebody walked into your workplace saying, I heard you've been fired, you'd probably ask, who told you that? You wouldn't empty your desk because Kevin from accounting heard a rumour near the vending machine. Same thing here. We've got to stop giving rumours VIP treatment before they've earned it. And here's something I've learned. Bad news travels like it's riding a sports car. The correction, that thing shows up on a bicycle 3 days later. By then, half the internet has already made up its mind. That's why we've got to be smarter than the algorithm. Don't let every dramatic headline borrow space in your brain rent-free. Ask questions, check the source, see if the people actually involved are saying the same thing. And if the evidence isn't there, maybe don't treat a rumour like it's carved in stone. Because today it's Meghan, tomorrow it'll be somebody else. The names change, the pattern stays the same. So let's be the people who care more about getting it right than getting there first. Anybody can repeat a rumour. Not everybody has the patience to wait for the facts. And these days, that might be one of the rarest skills on the internet. Thank you all so much for watching. I am your host, Miles. You guys are absolutely amazing. I love every single one of you. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and join the family because we're just getting started. Until next time, keep smiling, stay blessed, stay out of the comment section wars. They're undefeated. I love you all, God bless, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.